Hey team, Dwayne Jensen, President of Smart Turf, here to talk to you a little bit about installation and nap direction. What is nap direction? Nap direction is the direction that the yarn has been tufted into the primary backing. So if I flip this turf over, you'll see the stitches running this direction. So if the stitches are running this direction, that means the nap is either running that way or that way. This would be looking perpendicular to the nap. So once I look at that and I determine it's running one of these directions, then I can flip it over and I can say, run my hand on the turf and see that when I run my hand and I'm pushing the blades on the back of the blades, that means I'm pushing my hand with the nap. If I push my hand the other direction, you can see that how the blades push back up. Now I'm pushing into the nap. So if I show you this turf and I flip it from that angle, or I spin it around from that angle, you'll see the color change. So why is this important? When you install turf at a home or a business or something, you have basically three directions where the turf looks the best. And those directions are into the nap and from both sides of the nap, perpendicular of the nap. The direction that you're going to want to avoid as a primary viewing spot would be looking with the nap. When you look with the nap, you're looking at the back of the yarn. The turf will be laying directionally. So we want to avoid that direction as a primary viewing point if possible. How do you do this? When you, let's say I talk about a residential job, a backyard, a front yard. If you're putting it in a backyard and there's a fence on the back of the property, all you need to know is you can run the turf. You can look into the nap, so you would run the turf this way, or you can run it side to side. You have two great options. Front yard. If you've got a house on both sides or a neighbor on one side, you got the street and looking at the turf from the front yard. You don't want to be looking from the front yard with the nap, and from the street, you don't want to be looking with the nap. So you would spin that turf sideways, let one of the neighbors look at the turf with the nap. And that way the homeowner who's paying for the turf gets to enjoy the best possible view of that turf. So discuss this with your customer when you're doing the layout. Show them many times. It won't matter from a yield standpoint when you measure, if it won't affect the waste, no matter how you do the nap. Sometimes when you want to run the nap the right direction, there could be additional waste. So this is something you would discuss with your customer and say, our suggestion would be to do it this way, which could potentially, require more material, but you're going to get the best looking product. If they decide they don't want to do that and it's not important to them, then you could go that route. But definitely have those discussions with your customer. And if you have any other questions about nap direction, please feel free to reach out to me directly or another team member. Thank you.